Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 77,050 US dollar. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will find another video on my channel where I analyze various altcoins daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And if you also want to trade as cheap like me, then you can use actually mexc. I partnered up with mexc, so the link is in my video description. You also get on top of those taker fees, 0.01%. It's far more cheaper than all the other exchanges, and mexc is also in the top 10. You will also get 20% discount on top of those low taker fees. And we also have 100 pairs with 0 fees and so many coins which we talk about daily: Solana, Sui, Cardano, HBAR, ONDO, Render, so many coins, and also other nice coins like Chainlink, Litecoin, Tau Bitons, or try it out if you like. The link is in the video description. So we have a lot to say. What I want to show you first is that we have so many targets directing to the 74,000 US dollar. We can look shortly into the bigger target of 69,000 US dollar. We have tracked here a double top pattern which broke to the downside. Target is 69,000 US dollar, where we also have a huge fair value gap. But let's get back into the 50 minutes chart to look at what we have done before. So a small recap: this triangle here, or bearish pennant, was our entry. It's white now because we have already got in our target area. But I want to show you how I traded it. So basically, if we look here, because I got today a comment, when you say drop below 103 for Solana, it's for Solana, do you mean briefly or at the close? It has reached that this morning. Okay, so I will show you that with Solana later in the other video as well. But here for everyone, how did I trade Bitcoin? So here we have seen we got a breakout candle and the candle closed lower than our white trend line. That's positive. But I wouldn't still jump into that trade. Why? Because might be possible that we drop a bit lower, but then get bought up fast and my pattern was maybe wrong or got faked out. What I want to see is the retest. So we got the candle close here and then the retest. We touched again the white trend line and we didn't overshoot it again and got another candle close over it. So basically, even if we get a bit higher, if that candle doesn't close over the white trend line, then I think that trend line is valid. What did I do? I took my first short trade here with a stop loss over the other white trend line. And then I waited for the follow through. What is the follow through? The follow through is that candle here. Why that? Because that candle closed lower than our breakout candle. That's the follow through. And after that, what can I do? I can take out my risk in the market. I can set my stop loss far lower now. Or if I want to play a bit more risky, then I can put it to break even, because it might be even still possible that we get up to test the white trend line again. Then you would get cashed out break even. And then it goes down again. But on the other side, if you get cashed out break even, there is still a chance that it pumps up and you just saved losses. It's possible, So basically, the target of that bearish pennant, I can draw that pretty fast like this. We take the spread here. Usually I take it because a bearish pennant is still a triangle. Actually, a bearish pennant, the target would be the whole length from here down to here. Like this. And then we take it to our breakout point. I still think that is most likely not get hit 100%, but most likely the triangle, the target of that, gets hit in most cases. So what did I see? I saw, okay, the target of that triangle is lower than the breakout point of this huge double top pattern. We have said this whole thing here is a double top pattern. And what happens is the bearish pennant activated the double top pattern. So the target of the bearish pennant or triangle was here. I still didn't take profits. Why? Because we broke down the double top pattern. Did I trade the double top pattern? No. Here was the candle close, but we didn't get a retest. So I don't even know if the double top pattern is valid. I don't know that. So I just kept my trade and looked for actually a retest to increase my position size. It didn't happen. Yeah, so yeah, I was unlucky in a lucky situation. Let's say it like that. So what did I do? I took profits then later on. Yeah, I didn't take it here. I take it far more earlier because I was saying, okay, it looks enough to me. We didn't get any retest so far. So I just want to take profits and watch the market. What happened then is, here we got the retest. So it happened far more later. And after that, we also sold off. So let's get into the 50 minutes chart because I have traded that as well. So here I've tracked a shoulder head shoulder formatation, which broke to the downside. Broke to the downside. If we go into the 1 hour chart, then you can see why I traded it. Here was the candle close. Yeah, so we closed lower than the orange trend line. And right here was our retest, perfect retest. So I can jump into that trade there and put a stop loss here. What then happened is we broke another pattern to the downside. This double top pattern. And the target of that would be the 74,000 US dollar. But still, we didn't got there yet. I still think it might happen soon, as long as we don't get any bullish signs. But why did I take profits? We have to go into the 50 minutes chart. I traded 10 coins simultaneously. 10 coins. All the coins on your right side, I was in every one short. Why? Because 7 out of 10 coins already broke to the downside and gave me the signs that it's short. And I put Dogecoin, Solana on top of that. Yeah, so in the end of the day, even though I haven't seen any breakouts for XRP, Dogecoin, Solana, I still went into those positions with a short trade. Yeah, because in the end of the day, all the cryptos are correlating with each other. I mean, if Bitcoin drops, name me a coin which pumps up. Yeah, and I'm not talking about a low cap. I'm not talking about a meme coin. And I'm not talking about a coin with a huge amount of news. Like, for example, XRP. If XRP, the SEC or something, drops the charges against them, for sure XRP is going up while Bitcoin is dropping. But name me a coin which isn't correlating to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on and so on. In the end of the day, most likely all the altcoins and in general the cryptos are correlating to each other. If they drop together. If they pump together. So what happened is at 3 a.m. I got a notification too from mexc that Sui and another coin got closed. Right here, when this candle happened, all the other altcoins dropped and went into my take profit. At 3:15 a.m. with this candle, I got 3 more notifications from the exchange. I was sleeping at this time, but my phone is on night mode, sleep mode. So the only notifications which I get are from my family for sure and from mexc. And my phone is on loud, so when I get the notifications, it just ringed. So it woke me up. What I've then done is I have seen 5 coins were already closed because they went into my take profit. And some other coins are close to my take profit, some are far away from the take profit. Then I have saw, okay, here we get the first sign of imbalance. And after this candle, I have closed all my other positions. Because I was thinking, okay, first of all, I want to sleep. And second of all, I don't know if it goes down again or if it from here pumps up. Then I have also tracked a long trend line, in the night. So basically I was like, okay, the long trend line is close over us, so I'm just going out of the trade and take as much profits as possible. I did 21%, let me check it, 21.11% yesterday, so it was a profitable day yesterday. Looks good to me. So far, I have talked a lot about what I have done. I hope you learned from it a bit and also used it. But even though if I don't give you, for example, that long line, because that long line I haven't tracked yesterday. Yesterday I did the video at this time here. So I couldn't have showed you that because that whole part was missing. You have also to see, can you draw a trend line by yourself? That is going to help you a lot. You just need a trend line with more than 3 touch points, and if it has more touch points, like in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points, it's even more valid. And if you see that breaking to the upside, you can even use a smaller chart. You don't need to wait for a retest because you want to take profits. In that case, you don't want to open a safe trade. You want to get guaranteed profits. So here with that candle, you should have went out of the long trade. Anyway, of the short trade, sorry. Anyway, what I track now is a possible falling wedge. And if that breaks to the downside at 76,385 US dollar, then Bitcoin is again for me short. And then it looks good to me that the target would be the 73,000 US dollar. But I still think like we have the most 2 dangerous fair value gaps lower than us. I think the next one is somewhere at 60k. The next bigger one. Yeah. This one here. I don't think that we are going to drop there for now. We have to still track the price development of Bitcoin. But those fair value gaps here are dangerous to me. We have built them up of the last push where we went from 75k to 85k within a day. It was this pump and so on. We didn't get a correction to the downside. So as long as we are near to it, we can also close those fair value gaps. And what I think is, if that rising wedge is going to get activated, we need a candle close lower than this. And here I want to see at least a retest near to that trend line. Yeah, we don't have to perfectly touch it, but since it's also an upwards trend line, but at least near to it, then I can actually expect that we can drop down to 70k to fill all those gaps. But make sure on the way down, if we get something like this, and we get near to it and we wick into it, the possibility is also high that we get bought up very fast. Yeah, because fair value gaps get usually used to open new positions. And in this case, yeah, people are waiting months to get into that area. Yeah, so basically, I would be careful once we get with short positions, once we drop lower than 73,000 US dollar. I also think that we don't have much more downside potential. I assume that, I actually hope too, that we get one last washout, then a nice push to the upside, which can also go up to 94,000 or even 100,000 US dollar, not a big deal. And then we have to see, are we going to break it to the upside and get new all-time highs? Or is that just a correction of the downtrend? Yeah, even this downtrend has a correction to the upside just to drop more. Yeah, and we have to track if the overall structure, yeah, we have to go into the chart here, if this is not just going to be the correction up to here and from here sell off. We have to track that. I can't tell you that at the moment, not with a high guarantee on this. So last word, 76,400 US dollar. If that breaks, short. And I'm not looking for long positions unless we break the 81,230 US dollar to the upside, because then I think this whole move was just a double view pattern, means a double bottom pattern, and then we can reach for higher prices. What is the target of that? It would be the 88,000 US dollar. But first we have to break the $81,240 to the upside. I talked so much about Bitcoin. What about Ethereum? How did I trade Ethereum? So in yesterday's video I have said I'm already in a short position because I have seen so many coins breaking to the downside. So I didn't even wait for the retest because other coins already did the retest for me. In the end of the day, we went into our target area. But here I have told you we can just be here and drop one last time. And it happened. Why did I think that? Why did I think that? It was because all the other coins didn't got their target hit yet. Yeah, they broke to the downside, but they still had downside potential. And if they all drop by another 5%, then Ethereum is not going to hold that support. And once we broke the 1,450 US dollar to the downside with that candle, I knew we are going to get a new low, but I wasn't awake at this time, not a big deal. Then at 3:15 a.m. I got the notifications, I waited, and I closed Ethereum right here. Still, we can say, okay, I missed out 3% to the downside without leverage. It's a lot. But we can also say if I would have taken the target of that triangle, I have done an additional 1.4% by closing the position a bit later. Yeah, so it's still a win for me. I think I still did the right decision with Ethereum. What is next? I see two bearish patterns at the moment for Ethereum. The first one is the rising wedge. If that breaks to the downside at currently 1,460 US dollar, then prices can go down to 1,356 US dollar. I will also put a price tag here. And if we break the rising wedge to the downside, then we would activate another pattern, a double top pattern. And if that breaks to the downside, then we can actually think about prices going down to 1,382 US dollar, which is also here support. Yeah, so it might be possible that we find our lows somewhere here, and then we have to see what is going to happen next, because I think the correction is close to get over. I don't think that we are dropping much more. I don't see Ethereum at 1.2k, 1k soon. I think it's time to get a correction to the upside to close all the fair value gaps which we have built up over the past weeks and month. I still think that Ethereum is in a big falling wedge. If that breaks to the upside at currently 1,700, let's say 1,700 US dollar, then we can reach for higher prices up to 3k, but that's not all-time high area. It can just be that this is going to be the correction to the upside if we even get to that target, yeah. But if we do, then it might be still possible that we sell off from there, and yeah, then it might be even possible that we see Ethereum at 1k or even lower after we got the push to the upside. I don't think that it's going to happen this week or next week. We have to check that. So that's it. thank you for watching, and I hope I gave you some valuable information and I showed you how I traded, how I also do safe trades, how I do the correlation between all the other coins and also trust into that correlation. I hopefully showed you how fair value gaps get closed and for what they are. And I hope that I gave you some chart patterns which are going to be valid. Thank you and see you hopefully tomorrow.